amount of growth that we've seen.
Point you can scale.
Things started to grow.
Growing.
Teaming up with you guys has really helped facilitate for this. And that was the main thing I was looking for, was really to streamline our operations and processes.
The system you guys built for us, I love it so much. I had Steven change the name. It was like internal reporting. And I was like, no, we have to change the name of it to the money overview, because this is just like where we look to make all of our money.
I was onboarding a new hire, and we have a lot of moving pieces because there's tons of automations and whatnot. And she was like, it'd be really great if we had like a flow chart that just showed step by step everything that happens, what's on automation and all this. And literally, as soon as I got off that call, I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw that tweet, and I was like, I need this, right? And I've tried to build flow charts in the past, and they just look horrendous. Like they just don't look good. And I feel like they didn't really serve the point there. And yeah, wanted to hop on a call with you guys to get it done like professionally. And I think since you guys have like a really good background with operations automations, you guys helped me like kind of find a lot of holes in our flowchart. And that was really good to identify, because then I was like, oh, okay, like I probably should have a process here for that.
We basically doubled last month. And the craziest thing, and that's why I think it's relevant for this call, is that I wasn't freaking out. I wasn't like, I got to work twice as hard. Like I didn't work anymore. It's like we have systems, like especially just like bringing in one of my guys a little bit more to like handle the cold email infrastructure funnel that you guys helped us build just inside of Airtable. Like he actually has proper systems now to where when I go, hey dude, this guy used to work 5 hours a week, and I hit him up and I was like, hey dude, I need you to work a lot more. The systems well, like I need you to do this stuff. And he's like, cool, let's do it then. And I didn't really have to like do too much to be like, here's how it needs to be done. He just kind of follows the process inside of there. There's some gray areas on like little things we got to buff out for just to get it perfect, right? But like, I wasn't freaking out. My business doubled in a month, and I wasn't like, holy shit, all my systems are falling apart. Like I'm so stressed, and like it just worked. And I was like, great. That's exactly what I want, is a scalable system that can just double.
In the next 12 months, we would like to capture a $9 million backlog. And then I think in the next 24 months, somewhere between 15 and 20 million, I think is the capacity for G1 to kind of capture and grow. And so I think that's achievable. And I think it's achievable because of the knowledge and the sort of data that we're moving with at this point in time, because of what OpsKings built for us.
We've grown by 4 or 5x in terms of the number of clients that we're able to service, and we've added 1 new headcount.
I had a great experience working with you, Tony, and other members of your team. It was very easy. I don't feel like I ever had to lead or guide the conversation.
It's a full top-down approach. It's much more than just optimization, even though that's your guys' name. It's really a complete flip over and shake it all out, get it all on the table, and then you're essentially rewriting what the company is. So I think you guys do a marvelous job of that.
You don't know what you don't know. And in a lot of ways, automation could really streamline a lot of stuff in your business in ways that you might not even be able to imagine. And that alone is the reason why really, jump on that call, do that audit, go through the process of it, and just see, just take that first step and look, because chances are you are probably doing way more work than you have to be. And this is how all the best businesses in the world are running.
I have never had like a peaceful, completely shut down, everything is taken care of vacation until now. So this was it was a pre-planned vacation. I mean, we knew that I was going on vacation, but the whole concept of it was I would be available for anything the team needs. But like, this is the first time I was like completely shut down. Like they don't need me for anything. And I think a huge part of it was because of the whole move from our old system to the new system that you guys set up. I don't think I would have gone for vacation until that setup was completed.
Everything that was built, we pretty much use on a daily basis. And we still do, like 6 months later.
The onboarding, fill out form you guys helped build out that syncs to the contracts, the payments, the onboarding in the Slack. Boom, it's one form, click a button. And the amount of automations that happen are incredible.
But now it's very clearly mapped out. The channels are automatically created. The to-dos are automatically created. The tasks are automatically assigned. The people, like all the stuff is laid out. The things that I use, like my bandwidth to be able to do the same task has effectively doubled, tripled, quadrupled, or like 10x. And like in the case of reporting, the time it would take me to report on 2 people, I could do all 25 people at this point, or like probably even faster. So
he's been really good at diving into our business and like understanding what it is we do, as opposed to just, having us direct him and be more reactive to requests, which is, something we love to do as well. And I think that's a difference maker in service businesses nowadays is, are the team members you hire proactive in seeking out solutions for clients, or are they just purely reactive?
These are really smart people that I'm working with, right? Because they're able to diagnose a problem, and 2, they can diagnose the problem, they understand the severity of the problem, they didn't stop working until the problem was fixed.
The company brain was super good, honestly. So being able to, I would say my head was just filled with everything that we needed to do, but with no logical order. So I knew what needed to be done, but it was super inefficient. So what the company brain basically allowed me to do was zoom out and see parts of the business that, obviously the order that we need to do things, but since we've actually mapped that out and implemented it into Airtable, it's allowed me to look at certain processes and think, do we actually need that? It's not actually critical. So not only has it helped me to see what needs to be done, it's helped me save time by cutting out unnecessary steps or bundling steps together.
Understood our situation, understood our needs, and came up with the solution necessary that, that was going to fix our problem. It wasn't just like us telling him, hey, we need this automation. It was a very hands-on process, and he was very good at diagnosing.
We started off with this operating system, and what was surprising compared to my last experience was that the system is something you'll always use, if you know what I mean. It never goes away.
You take my feedback, even if it's obnoxious, because I may not, my OCD takes over, and you guys are, very kind about all that. So thank you, and thanks to your team.
He was super helpful with pretty much mapping out that whole process and making things so clear, and even giving us even more golden nuggets to get more value out of exactly the work.
Working with you guys was a big shortcut. If you want to reclaim your time, and time is money, you're going to be in a much better place 3 months from now, leveraging you guys versus trying to just do it all on your own.
I mean, one of the quantifiable things was the fact that our phone calls were shorter. I mean, we would go from 5 to 10 minutes on a phone call to about a minute, because the phone calls became less about gathering data and it became more about getting them to fill out a form on their own. And then from there, I could have another person evaluate the data and get back to them via text, or they'll send me a message back and say hey, call this person, we need to figure this out about their, housing voucher, or we have this question on their income or credit score. Can you get more elaboration on their background? They have collections, things like that. And it kept me from manually having to grab that data and then track it. On a piece of paper or a text message or a Google Keep. That's where I keep all my notes. Android user here. But yeah, that's the biggest thing.
So I run very legitimate businesses, and I am good at operations, but Ryan makes it look like I'm an absolute beginner and amateur, which is why I'm recording this video, because as an operations guy myself, I'm beyond impressed with what he's been able to do with our onboarding automation.
In the beginning, I worked with Ryan, and he basically built out the system that my entire agency is built on, which is an automation specifically for Upwork. And using it, I've been able to differentiate myself from any competitor that would have been out there. So never really had to worry about my service being commoditized, just because nobody else had what I had and was able to deliver to the same extent.
You guys focus more on the business operations side. I want to make sure that the systems I'm using in my business, all software removed from the equation, are actually robust and solid enough to handle, I want to can I add 8 clients I need to know. Like, I want to know if the actual business processes can support that. So that seemed to be your guys' approach. So I just seemed like a no-brainer.
The biggest constraint was just the fact that if I wanted to scale up fast, which means that if I wanted to bring my own personal projects, or if I wanted to onboard a lot of clients fast, I just had to hire a lot, and then with that I had to train more team members and all of that, versus now we essentially have the automation which you and your team have built, doing one of the most complex parts of the process. And essentially we were able to increase our output by about 500%. So before what 5 people would do on the team, we can now achieve the same with 1 person plus the automation.
I just knew that was some type of bottleneck I was having, where maybe I could hire on 2-3 more clients, but I was really stuck, just always doing any type of client work. And then again, like I was saying, not having those streamlined processes in place. I was just chasing myself all around, really not sure where to go.
If you value increasing your customer value, increasing the lifetime value of the customer, increasing how long they're going to stick around with you, then speaking with OpsKings is an absolute no-brainer.